Hey everybody, welcome back to Pocket Chains, a reselling podcast for the indigenous people of the world. So if you're an alien, you can't listen. So go away. So, 4th of July is coming up. It's one of my favorite movies, and it's where the aliens show up and blow everything up. So you got me thinking about it. And we are not for aliens. Illegal aliens, yes, but aliens from outer space. Now, just the indigenous people to the earth. All right, good morning, everybody. Hey, Joel, how was your week?
My week, as far as personal life and work life, was great. As far as eBay, it sucked terribly. I had basically, I don't know, I had said if I sell one more thing, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get this party started, and I have not. Oh, look, Ben's just got his pussy.
Yeah.
I have not sold a single thing since I made that comment. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. How's your week been? I mean,
covered up with kitties. My week was okay. I did another MaxSold. Stay down. Don't get up here. This one was horrible. I did all toys, thinking, oh yeah, well, I did Funko Pops and Matchbox cars and a bunch of toy stuff, and it didn't sell. I made $200 on $2,000 worth of stuff, so it makes sense because it's reseller, so 10% on the dollar. So yeah, we'll see. But don't have another one next week because it's the 4th of July weekend, and I don't think anybody would come. And maybe that was happening this weekend. Maybe it's too close to a holiday. I don't know. I do think when I do it again, I'm going to mix it up. That's the first time I try to do a whole themed thing. And some of them sold, but I think what it is, there's too many Funko Pops. I had 20 lots of Funko Pops. I think if I had 3 lots, if somebody wanted Funko Pops, they might have went back and forth on it. So I think the next one I do, I'm going to mix it up and have just a few lots of different things.
So did you sell any of them, or no? Or
but it starts
they
at
all
$1.
sold, but they just sold for. Oh, so you sold all them Funko Pops?
Yeah, like $2, $3, $1, and a few a lot. Yeah, it was like, and I did lots of 3. So basically, just gave them away. Live and learn.
Of course, honestly, Funko Pops. I still got that one. You want me to send it to you, just so you feel better about yourself?
I have other Funko Pops in the garage I can list. These are ones that have been listed for 2 years. It's everything. This cat's gonna drive me nuts.
I think the old Funko Pop craze is. I think it's dead. I think it's gone.
This week,
I think people who are buying them now are buying them to complete the sets, and to hope that ends up creating value sometime in the future.
This one won't stop. She's going to have to get put out. So hold on one second. I'm going to have to shut the door.
She just wants to be in your lap. Rubbed. Yeah, she just wanted some attention. That's all she wanted. She just wanted some attention.
She got it.
Anyway, so how is your eBay business? Because your MaxSold didn't do too well. I guess it went. It just didn't do well at all. So how was eBay
this week? Not much. I haven't been listing as much because I've been playing with that MaxSold. So this weekend, I listed probably 100 things this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. Mixed things. Found 3 huge boxes of Vera Bradley purses. I haven't listed them, but I had my wife, since we pushed the podcast back a little bit, I asked her, I said, hey, go through these with me. Yeah. So she went through them and checks the zippers and all that stuff like she usually does. So I probably have 50 Vera Bradley purses, clutches, and stuff I'm going to list this week. I think they're down too. I don't think they're as hot as they used to be. I probably should have sold them when I bought them. But they get something out of them.
The thing about Vera Bradley, though, and maybe we should go ahead and play our... Let's pause here, and we'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and play our jingle for our folks that are watching. We want to make sure we're coming in the same way.
Exactly. And if you watched the last episode, our faces were all blurry. Thank you. 8 people watched it before I figured it out. I'm trying to fix that, and I'll repost it. If not, it'll just be blurry. So,
some. So fair play, come right and pocket change. Go right and pocket change. Pocket change.
I do better that time?
There we go. It did better.
Yeah.
It did. It was a little rough to start, but anyway, folks, we're glad you're with us. Welcome to our show here for the, what is it, the 42nd rated, lowest rated reseller podcast on YouTube and Spotify right now.
Rated.
40th highest. I thought it was 42nd lowest.
Top. There's 41 better ones out there. Not lowest.
I just
42nd lowest is probably about the same because there's probably only 42 of them out there. So either way, we're 42nd overall.
I did think it was funny that a couple of weeks you were like, I looked this up, and there's ones that haven't done anything in 2 or 3 years that
it's still come up.
They're ranked above it.
I'm like, what the heck? Or come up in my feed above us. I don't know if that means ranks above us, but
wow, I just blurred out. Did I blur out for you, folks? I apologize if it just literally sent me wow blurry. Am I blurred for you,
black. Man? I share it, so I lose your screen until I share again.
Oh. Trying to get it back, folks. What was it? You used to lick your finger? Our grandmas run it through our hair? It's still blurry.
Well, at least, yeah, you are blurry.
I don't know.
But that's not the blurry I'm talking about.
I'm blurry.
Like all pixelated in our faces. That blurry we can deal with. There you go.
It's starting to come back. There we go, folks. Wow, we apologize for that. I hate this program, but it is what it is. It works for us right now. If you guys, I tell you what, if you guys that do watch us, we appreciate it so much. If you will like, subscribe, share us, and get us to where Ben's can make at least $30, $40 a month, he might actually get us a better program to record this. But until that time, we're going to keep talking about how bad he's doing in Funko Pops, how he's buried up to his ears in Funko Pops.
No, I'm not. I gave them all.
And
they're all gone. People picked them up Saturday. With the garage.
Gave them all away. Did you say you still have a bunch over in the store building though?
A couple cases over there. A couple things I bought.
Oh my gosh.
But they weren't listed yet. Try.
Funko Pops is one of those things, again, folks. It's going to come and go. It's probably going to be 10 to 15 years, I think, before Funko Pops makes a comeback. And it's going to be because somebody just says, oh, I love Funko Pops. Kind of like that one guy, that one actor who about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now, was on one of the late night talk shows. Was like, I love VHS tapes. And all of a sudden, Ben started selling VHS tapes out the wazoo. And now they've even calmed down some now, too. Now, you were talking about Vera Bradley before the break. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Vera Bradley is very strange. So I think you're right in the Vera Bradley craze has kind of waned a little bit. But the diehard fans like my wife, they still are going to buy Vera Bradley every time they need a new one. But you're not seeing the whole craze. It's interesting right now, and I was into purses, and so I get this little thing every quarter or whatever that talks about what purses are trending. And, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the name. It's a real expensive one. In fact, I actually sold some of them there for a while. Maybe it'll come back to me, folks. But there's one that was considered for the longest time an old lady's purse, like an elderly lady's purse. That's with a C. I'm trying to remember the name.
Yeah.
Coach. Yeah. Coach. It was considered an elderly lady's purse. It was like, and now it has made a huge comeback, and it is probably the most popular one out there right now.
That's cool.
But be careful because it's also one of the highest faked ones out there.
Well, the Vera Bradleys, I started looking at them, and then I just think the price has dropped astronaut. They used to sell for more. They're still going to hit that $20 limit that I'm trying to get to, so it's a good thing for me to list, but they're definitely not as money making as they used to be. So
I think part of that is, okay, so I've noticed too, a lot of things choreographed with, so as gaining popularity, a lot of people probably don't realize this, but most of your outlet conglomerates, your outlets, Tanger, take Tanger for instance. A lot of people know that name. If you're on the East Coast, Tanger outlet stores. Here's the thing. From what I understand, Tanger owns every one of those outlets. Tanger owns the whole entire the shopping center. Tanger owns all the outlet stores that are there. They're not privately owned. And you guys, if you know better than me, I'm showing some ignorance here. This is my understanding. Again, it may not be 100% correct. If it's not, comment, let us know. I don't have a problem correcting myself. But my understanding is, and they look at what's trending. And so they try to put it in then outlets. And so you've got a lot of Vera Bradley outlets going in these different outlet conglomerates that have for the last few years. And I do think that has lowered the value.
Yeah, and the sell-through rate is only 5.13. If you put in Vera Bradley, look it up. There's 190,000 Vera Bradleys, and there is only 37,000 sold. So 5.13%. So a 5% sell-through rate.
Which is still okay. It's not going to knock it out of it, folks. If you're looking for an item, we've told you multiple times, 5% is okay. It's not what you're actually looking for.
I mean, yeah, you got to think about that, right? And people say, oh, 5%, I'd never sell 5%. That's too low. But in this actuality, 37,000 of them sold in the last 90 days. That's why I think sell-through rate is a bit of a misnomer. I think, yes, it matters. It has to show that it's selling. But if 37,000 of them sold, if you price yourself, you'll be in the next 37,000 that sell. That's what it comes down to. I think the sell-through rate, that's where true. People, they get hung up on sell-through rate and say, oh, if it's not 50% or better, I don't do it. But with this example, 37,000 of them sold in 90 days. So if you price yourself, there are going to be 37,000 of them that sell next month in the next 90 days. So that's 12,000-ish, 12,333 per month are selling. That's a lot of movement. So
yeah, that's the thing, and I agree. I think sometimes I know if you go back and listen to some of our older podcasts, or we was talking about, and he was doing his store and I was doing mine, I was trying to focus on a 50% type store. First of all, good luck on that, because finding only items enough to stock a store that are 50% sell-through rate, good luck. You better have a good handle on where it's coming from. But I think you have to weigh too how much is actually selling. Because let's say you got 100,000 items and 10,000 are selling.
Yeah.
You're gonna not do it because there's 90,000 that didn't sell? It's a 10%. What if you got 100,000? What if you got 500,000 and it's got a 50% sell-through rate?
Yeah.
That's a 50% sell-through rate, but it's only 250,000 that are selling.
250,000 sell.
But are you going to look? And you can look at things how you want. The biggest thing is, here's what Benz and I have learned: good items, get them at good prices, because that's when you make your money, and list them as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's your secrets. You want to know the secret to making money on eBay? That's your secret.
Buy low, sell high. That's the main secret.
In eBay.
In life.
No, in eBay.
I saw the video this week too. A DVD, kids DVD, whatever it was, and I gave them 20% off. Sold it for $476, and somehow the shipping was $495. I haven't had anything for $490, so it must be something that when I fixed everything, it probably had a watcher or I sent an offer, so I wasn't able to change the shipping. So shipping was $495, and then when I went to ship it, it was going to Simi Valley, California, which is probably the furthest place away from me, and it's Ground Advantage, and it was $7 to ship it.
Oh, no. And you did free shipping? Did you do free shipping? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So the other thing that people were seeing in shipping this week, and I didn't really play around with it, was something happened in the shipping where stuff that weighed more than 3 pounds was cheaper to ship than stuff that was 8 ounces. Isn't that crazy?
I think that's probably a glitch in eBay, and I think that's going to come back to bite everybody in the butt.
So we'll see what happens with that.
I may have been lucky that I didn't sell nothing this weekend because, see, here's the thing. Once it goes to the buyer, even if the buyer pays the shipping, so the buyer pays $4 because it's cheaper to sell something that weighs 3 pounds than it is 8 ounces. So they pay $4. Turns back and it was $7. eBay is going to charge your account the $3 extra bucks.
It's not.
They're
I
gonna
don't think
charge
this is
the buyer.
I think it's something that's going on with USPS is trying to gain back that 3 to 5 pound range. I think they dropped the rates. Yeah, I think they dropped the rates on that 3 to 5 pound range, but didn't adjust the below 3 pounds. To send stuff, say, from me to you, it was like $7 for a pound, but it was like $5.90 for 3 pounds. So people were talking about going in and changing their weight and saying it weighed 3 pounds and then shipping it cheaper. But I could see that coming back to bite you in the ass, right? So we'll figure that. I think they're trying to fight for that. I think it's going to trickle down. Hopefully it's a trend that the shipping's coming down. I look
at it, I think shipping is like taxes. Once it goes up, it never comes back down.
I mean, it's got to at some
up.
point. They've got to normalize. If they want to compete, because I think Ground Advantage got too high at those higher levels and they were starting to lose. So we'll see what happens. But another thing, I sold a hat this week. And
what kind of hat do you have on this evening?
Tree cat.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see it now.
But I give away my shit.
Is that a waiter? Is that a waiter, a waitress, a wrench? What is that?
People we were going to get a code from and I did anything with. But I haven't done good at my social media or trying to elevate the podcast. I apologize to you for that. I'm just trying to live life here. Yeah, it's a cat. See, cat with a tail. Yeah,
that's it.
It does look like a waiter.
Yeah, folks. Ever since he got back, he moved back home. He has been lazy.
I've been working, just working on life and working on my knowledge of TV shows. Right? You got to do what you got to do.
He's planning on going on Jeopardy at some point soon.
Yeah, I like that Alex Trebek guy.
Next section. How about feedback, folks? That was not even a boom, boom, boom. That was ball.
I had one new feedback that was something other than instant feedback, which was great, thanks. Great, thanks. That's good feedback.
These days, that is awesome feedback. I'm up to 180, but it's automated. What's funny is before they started this automated thing, I think I was in like 120s, 130s. And I've gone up to 180 since they started. And it's not been that long since they started. I don't even think we've crossed over a year yet with the automated. But again, folks, do not ask for feedback anymore. Do not help with feedback. Do not suggest with feedback. Do not offer any help. Do not do good customer service. Don't do any of that. Just mail the package. Because you don't want to. I learned my lesson with that. Now, some of you may comment and say, I disagree with you, and that's fine if you do. I'm not doing it anymore because after the stinking automated came in, I continued doing what I used to do, folks, which was just send these little messages out. Hey, look, want to make sure you had a great experience. Want to make sure everything was right. Here's where your package is at. Here, it's on its way. It should be there. But I ended up getting slammed, like, boom, for all this mess.
For the hammer to drop. I sold that book, I think I talked about last week, where the guy said it didn't show up. And then he kept, this week, messaged me like 3 times. And every time I told him, sorry, I can't help you. I put it in the mail brought it to you, they say they delivered it. You need to either talk to eBay or talk to the Postal Service. I can do nothing other than give you this information I've already given you. And then he was like, you're just a crappy seller. You're just all for the money. You don't really care about the customer's needs. And I said, I do care, but there's nothing I can do. If I could, I'd make you a sandwich, but apparently it wouldn't get delivered. He didn't like that, but I thought that was funny.
Well, see, that's another thing, though, folks. As a seller, once we mail a package and we have proof of mailing and it has been received by the shipper. In other words, it gets stamped. You guys that maybe just listen to us thinking about getting into this, you're going to see what we're talking about. You guys that are listening to us and you're already in it, you know we're talking about. So it gets received. It'll say, as long as you're shipping it through eBay. Now, it may if you ship it through somewhere else, but you need to make sure you're shipping through eBay. So it'll be stamped. So it comes into eBay. It's all records of eBay, and it says stamp received. Once it's stamped received and it goes through whatever, Well, I'm sorry. I understand U.S. Postal Service. I don't understand, but I understand when somebody says, "Hey, my package went to Florida to go to Maine, and I'm here in North Carolina," or "My package went to Texas to go to New York." That's the way U.S. Postal Service works. I think they buy their air routes from
I think
American
stuff
Airlines.
gets misrouted.
But
They put it on the wrong truck. It gets sorted. It's a manual sort. It gets sorted wrong. It ends up the wrong place.
I do, but once they've
It's
received
on the
it,
way to you.
and then once it says delivered, if it says delivered, there's nothing we can't even go to the shipper. You go to the shipper, and the shipper's going to say it's delivered. What more do you want? They're saying it's not. Then they need to go to their local post office.
That's what I told them.
They need to go to their local UPS store. They need to go to their local FedEx or DHL if you have a DHL. I ain't seen DHL in forever, but hey, use whatever you're doing. But once it's stamped, received by the shipper, and delivered by the shipper, it's out of our hands. It's not that we don't care about our customers. There's just nothing we can do.
It's only so much we can do here.
But I'm glad you got great things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're probably going to get negative feedback on that, and that's not your fault. I would be throwing all kinds of crazy stuff at eBay customer service directly. I wouldn't even, if he leaves negative feedback, I would not even file for a retraction. I would take it straight to eBay customer service.
That's something we did.
But anyway, so we talked about feedback. Let's see. Sale of the week. Did you have a sale of the week? I didn't have any sales, so I definitely don't have a sale of the week.
I had a sale of the week. I sold a
jinxed myself.
Disney hat. It was like blue corduroy with diamond, like rhinestone Mickey Mouse on it. And I don't know. I think I ran it through that. I ran it through the AI lister, and I think it made it like $22.99 or something like that. I didn't change it. I just let it go. And somebody sent me a note and said, "Hey, is this still available?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I sold it. And they are someone that has zero feedback on eBay, and I'm assuming that AI lister we're using is also giving it in. It must have been on Google or something somehow, because they weren't an eBay customer. They found it in a roundabout way. So
that's an interesting thing. Let's talk for just a few minutes, and we're roughly 20 minutes into the program here. Let's talk about AI listers for right now. The one we were using, folks, List Agent Pro or Agent Pro Lister or whatever, it has skyrocketed. I was paying by the month. I got a little email that said, "Hey, we're going up on you." Now, they didn't go up as much as they're advertising new accounts right now, but they have decided they're very proud of their product, which I can't blame them. I mean,
that's what we found.
We touted the product for quite a while, and it's a good product. But one of the reasons we liked it was very affordable. And how much is it gone up to now? They're like, what is like? You get like for same $20 a month, or you're now, instead of getting 1,000 listings, you're only getting what, 200? Is that what it is? 200, 300?
Yeah. So it was 1,000 listings for you. Luckily, I paid for a year, so I got till November. Did you try to log in?
I have not tried that yet. And I'm gonna be trying that this week. See if I can.
November 22nd, 2006, and I paid for a year, which gave me 120,000 listings. So that doesn't even exist now.
So we're going to try to double up. Yeah, that option's not even there now.
$180 for a year. The biggest option they have is $300 a month, which is 3,000 listings a month. So your excuse me, the $20 a month basic is now 200 listings.
Is gone. Yeah, it's basically, and that's fine, but you're just not going to get, you're not even going to get a 250 store filled up with that. Or so I guess you got a 250.
200 listings.
And really,
per month,
honestly, if you
could build a store with that.
You could build a store, but you can't, the thing about it is the relistings, if you're doing them through there, they count as part of your listings. Which was fine for me. I didn't have a problem with that. Because I let it see if it would do it, and it did a fine job. We're doing a relisting. It was actually kind of cool how it did it, because it actually did it more self-similar than it did relisting, which is kind of cool. We talked about that in one of our podcasts, but it has gone up astronomical, and a lot of them they're kind of lining up now, folks, around the same cost.
They are, yeah. So that we need
so-
to really re-look at it. November, I'll find between before Thanksgiving, we'll have to have a new one in pocket to continue this. But my plan is to try to list. I have 120,000 listings. I need to get as much listed between now and November as I can.
Let's think about this. The new eBay AI listing. Now, it's not bulk. It's not a bulk. But we had talked about it before. It's through your phone app. So it does not work through the mobile app. It works through your phone app. It's actually, I've used it. It's actually pretty decent. I'm hoping that eBay is going to come out with their own bulk option so that we can bulk list. I know there's some ways around it and kind of make it do it, but it's not quite there. So we've noticed that they're doing some things there. I'm trying to think something else we noticed too. We noticed pricing. We showed that on our last podcast. Pricing is eBay is starting to really hone in on and listing even when something sells like for a reduced price or an offer, as we call it. Somebody made an offer, somebody took an offer, whatever. It's starting to have the price.
Slice through. Yeah. So I think they're doing all that to improve their ability to look at it quickly with their AI. So
I think it's going to improve the AI listing all across the board, because once those are plugged in, other AIs are going to be able to pick up on it. Google AI Assistant's going to pick up on it first. Gemini will come in there, because you can go to Gemini and ask right now, what does this sell for? And it'll say it sells for this, but a lot of times there's an offer we don't know about. It'll actually tell you that. But I think what's going to happen is because of what they're doing the prices, you'll see that change over the next while. And I don't know, I'm anxious for the future of eBay listing, but I can tell you it's going to be a tough go for just a little bit. A lot of them are starting to, and maybe they're raising the prices because we know that, what was it, Easy Lister that was doing, that they were actually paying. Easy Lister, we had sources that were telling us that Easy Lister was potentially paying for SEO optimization. I think you're starting to see that with a lot more of them. And a lot more, the AI listers are starting to get some money in the pocket, and they're paying to be able to compete. And you have to pay for all that stuff. So that may be why the cost is going up. I don't know, but we do know that the one we chose went up. We're going to try to use it. We'll see how it works with having one major account, but I don't even think your option is available anymore. We can't even go buy your option.
No, my option doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. They are still, if you look up Lazy Lister, which is another one, 100 listings is $19 a month. And you look at it, so if you do pay yearly, it's $16 a month for 200 listings per month. They're in the ballpark. They're still cheaper, but they're not giving it away like they were before. They got to make money, right?
Yeah. I got it. I get it.
Snap to list.
Hello.
Yeah, looking at that. So we need to relook at it.
I still get emails from Snap to List every month.
Yeah, that one was all right.
I still get emails from Snap to List every month saying, hey, your credits have been restored. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so
but I don't know. It's
125 listings.
Yeah, see, and they're all moving right around there, which is maybe not a bad thing, but it's not a great thing for us either. What you're going to have to do, folks, is right now is just get through it, get your store to the level you want, and then you can probably maintain it. If you've got 1,000 store and 1,000 listings, your 200 listings would probably be fine.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to try to do.
Is
use as many of these as possible, get my store built up, and then I think if I was listing 200 a month or 300 a month, it would keep yourself in the running. Plus, I actually been playing with my ChatGPT, which I pay for, and it does a pretty damn good job. It's not as quick.
I told you, it will write your stuff. You just have to copy and paste.
I was doing one item. I just put 12 pictures in there of it and said, hey, do me that. And it wrote the whole thing. All I had to do is copy and paste it. That's always an option. I might go to that. But while I have this one where it does seem to do it, I'm not sure that's as optimized or whatever as this. But who knows? I would say in 2 years, eBay's going to have this built in less than 2 years.
Stay away from. So let me give you folks a thing here. If you are, he's paying for ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT. It's there for a little while. It is excellent at writing it, but I have found that some of the others Google Gemini is a little bit, and then there is, let me tell you right quick, so you can use Google Gemini because it doesn't limit you as much. ChatGPT will come up and limit you if you're not paying for it on your uploads.
I just like chat.
So,
It works for me, and that's why I said, you know what, for $20 a month, I'm gonna start paying for it.
Image editor, free pick AI. Image editor, free pick AI. It doesn't do as great a job creating images. If you take pictures and you want to alter them, it can do that, but it doesn't do quite as good a job as Gemini or Chat does. But also Microsoft Copilot. If you've got Office 360 or Word, Microsoft Copilot will actually help you too. Again, not as good as Chat or Gemini, but you can actually go back and forth between the two and get enough to make your listings every day. And you don't even have to pay for it. So, but there's some hints for you as well. I hope this helps. What else? We've got our Picker Pass. So we can go to our Picker Pass. Tell you what, I'll go first. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't crash, folks. I'm going to try to share. Well, let's see. So I'm going to hold this up. See my pretty silver book. I'm back to my books, folks, that I paid 7 cents for. So this one is I'd Rather Have Jesus and Other Favorite Songs by Luther Presley and Wilbur Wilson. This is a memorial volume. Shape note edition, but a memorial volume. What you're getting ready to see here is I'm going to share, if it'll let me. Perfect. Okay. So you see here, there's one right here. Then all these across here. Some of these are just the song. There's actually a song, I'd Rather Have Jesus.
Don't see anything.
And then some of them, you don't see anything at all.
Screen.
It says it's sharing.
It'll probably be there.
Says it is.
That's right. Just do your thing.
I hope you're seeing this, folks. If you're not. But it says there's 180 basically listed. Again, we know Ben's would pick this because he'll pick anything under $1. He'll even pick your nose if it's under $1.
7 cents. I'll pick anything.
I'm not sure I would say all that, but sure. Okay, so we're going to come down here. Let's get our completed solds and our sold items here. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we're not going to lock everything up. Oops, it's not showing anything just yet. There we go. Now there we go. I think it's going to have 0 sold, folks. This is looking like a 0 sold. It's not quite come up yet, but it is looking like a 0 sold. So 180 items, 0 sold. Again, I'm not going to despair. I'm actually going to stop sharing. Okay. Yeah, it's 0 sold, which is fine.
Now
I didn't lose you, did I? Yeah, it's just we got the black screen again, folks. When we share, we come back to the black screen. But here's the thing. So I'm not going to despair because this is one of those old hymn books. Yeah. And somebody who's looking for one of these they're going to buy it. There was that one that was listed for $12.99. I'm probably going to throw this one on there, maybe same price. Just because this, again, there's only one that I saw like it. 0 sold. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
If it don't sell, I can always throw it in a lot together with all the other songbooks that I've got that don't sell and see what I can get out of them. But again, 7 cents. I'm going to throw it out there and see if I can get $10 out of it.
Good deal. Here's mine.
Let's see what you got. You're going to have to share it first because, again, like I said, your screen's black for me, so you're blacked out. I can't see nothing.
It's a Jeff Gordon tin with 2 packs of Jeff Gordon cards.
I would definitely not pick that. If somebody brought that to my house for free, I would probably shoot it. No, I'm kidding. I'm not a fan of the Rainbow Warrior. No, there we go. Yes, now we see
Jeff
it.
Gordon, it's a bad pick. There's just 800 results of this collector tin with Jeff Gordon.
See, here's the thing, folks. I lived in Mooresville, North Carolina for quite a while, so that was Race City, USA. So I've seen all this stuff. And I can tell you right now, 100 results, I'm going to say this has probably got a 3 to 5. Actually, I'm going to go lower. Probably got a 3% sell-through.
Search Zero. But there are ones that are sold. There's this one. Yeah, they're a little
There
different.
is ones right there. There's a couple of them. Yeah.
That's the exact same one here for $4.
There's the 1999 and 2001. Which
I
one
got
do you have?
the one that sold May 18th, 2026. This one, whichever that is, limited edition.
You got the one that sold for $4. I guess that's better than $1.99.
But there is like one. There's 800. Even if we count them all, 1, 2, 3. That's not even him. That's Dale Earnhardt. Yeah.
That's
so
Dale
there's
Earnhardt. Another one's
two
Dale Earnhardt
sold.
too. So there's only 2 sold out of 800. So if we really want to figure this out, folks, I say it'd be less than 3%.
It's not even a percent. It's a percent of a percent. So do not buy these. This came in a lot with other stuff, and let me look that up or see what it does. But it came with a bunch of NASCAR little die-cast cars and stuff like that. So those were better. So no junk.
The NASCAR stuff is so mass produced that, and you honestly get mad at me if you want, if you're a NASCAR fan, but it is Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s fault. That man was a master at marketing himself. He was a good driver. I'm not going to say he was a great driver. He was not the greatest, as everybody likes to even. Go look at his stats. He was not the greatest NASCAR driver ever. But he was excellent he was a better businessman. He was an excellent businessman and a good driver. And so that made him what he is. And everybody else has tried to follow suit, and it's just not. It's killed any resale market out of it. There are guys out there with whole rooms decorated with fake hoods off of cars that have been mechanically dented. And then maybe don't even realize it. Oh, I got this. No, you bought a fake, buddy. I can tell you, because there's no hoods on cars anymore. And NASCAR has not had a hood in a long time. If you don't believe me, visit Mooresville, North Carolina. We'd love to have your money here in North Carolina. Visit the museum. There's no such thing as hoods on those cars anymore. So if you've got a hood from the last 15 years, maybe 20, because somewhere around 20 was where it started changing. If you've got one in the last 15 years, I guarantee you it's a fake.
Good.
All the bodies are plastic now.
Okay, so eBay news. Run into that real quick.
eBay news. Yeah, we talked about the coin thing last
eBay
time.
eBay advises sellers on the 4th of July holiday predictions. So 4th of July is on the 4th, but it's being observed on Friday the 3rd. So Friday the 3rd will not count against us for shipping. So if you sell something on the 3rd, it doesn't have to go out until Monday if you're same-day shipping, right? So know that July 3rd is not considered a shipping day for eBay.
Beautiful.
That's good. They gave us an extra day, but just be cognizant of that. Also, the post office is, I think the stores are closed for the 3rd.
They're closed.
But they are going to deliver their packages on the 3rd.
Yes, I think they are delivering on the 3rd. They're not delivering on that 4th, Saturday,
which is the 4th.
And they're not delivering. I don't think they're having Sunday delivery where Sunday deliveries are available. I love it. Love it. So what's funny is in my town where I live, here in the Triad part of North Carolina, High Point does tend to have Sunday delivery. Jamestown, from what I understand, does not, which is weird because literally, like, you have Greensboro, which does, and High Point, which does, and then I think there's parts of High Point that doesn't. It's weird, but where your Sunday delivery is at, I think right now, we'd have to look that up on U.S. Postal Service, but I know they're saying, I don't think there's any, I think there's still delivery on Friday, but no delivery on Saturday, and maybe none on Sunday for that.
Another thing that happened this week is if you were on the weekly payouts, the ones that were automatically on Tuesday, they may have been disappointed this week because there was a glitch in the system and no one got payouts automatically. You had to go back and request it manually. I know you're on automatic payouts, but you didn't sell anything, so you probably didn't notice. Yeah,
but mine's on month. Mine's on month, so it didn't affect for some reason, it didn't affect the monthly ones. And it's not, now, if they don't get it fixed, it may affect us next week. But it didn't affect monthly ones because we're not there yet.
Yeah.
It affected the weekly ones.
So just be aware of that. If you are on automatic payout, double check that if it doesn't come, you can just request it and it'll come right down. All right. Those are the 2 eBay things I saw this week.
I'm looking up right now. Sunday delivery, July 5th. We need to look at our calendar, man. We might be wrong on our calendar here,
July
Ben.
is the 4th, is Saturday.
4th is Saturday, yep. And the 5th is on Sunday. This actually says that for most post offices, they will reopen for normal business hours with delivery on beginning. If delivery is available July 5th this year, it will be July 5th. So I'm actually wrong on that, but I think I saw my local post office was going to be closed and no deliveries on July 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I'm sure it's relative to the market you're in.
So you need to check with your local post office, folks. And if you and I know some post offices, even the post offices are open now on Sundays. So check and see. But as far as eBay is concerned, you won't have to ship on that day. And you certainly won't have to ship on Saturday. And so if you're on a 3-day delivery, usually do it. But check and see. But it'll probably be Wednesday of the following week.
Yeah.
Make sure you're checking those dates, though. Check those dates. You don't want to get a bad boo-boo star.
Yeah, make sure. But eBay's not going to hold it against you, so be aware of that. But do the best you can for the customer. All right, well.
If you can get it packaged on the 3rd, folks, and get it over to, you have one of the mechanical things where you can scan it in, drop it through, go ahead and knock it out. Don't have it hanging over your head while you're trying to eat hot dogs and shoot off fireworks. You don't want to blow your finger off because you're worried about whether you got a package out.
I'm excited. I lived in California for years, and there was nobody other than the government that did fireworks. Like if you shot 2 off, the cops showed up. But I moved to Florida, and this whole development is like freaking 4th of July everywhere. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, because you moved from California to free state of Jones, where it's as long as you don't piss off the local sheriff. I mean, because you got those sheriffs down there in Florida who they like get off on on locking people up. So as long as you don't do anything, as long as you don't flip the local cop off, you're good. If you flip, you could probably shoot a Roman candle at a cop and they wouldn't care. But you flip them off, you're going to jail. Oh, I'm sorry, that's just Broward County. Anyway, I won't go to Florida. You can't get me in Florida. But he's right. And I think, and see, if you go visit Ben's, you probably need to take lawn chairs and go to see his address right now. I think he lives like right out on the water. So you can like sit out there and he's like,
that's the next move. We're going to move smaller house on the water and get away from, that's what my wife wants. So that's what's going to happen.
No, you got to show her the pictures, brother. We're not going to talk about it where I told him on here because we don't want a bunch of yahoos coming with us.
That's when we retire, though. You can't ship from there. So
you can ship your pants from there.
A lot of money. All right.
I'm not paying for shipping.
I think it would adversely affect the eBay possibilities. But I do have a 4th of July commercial.
Oh boy.
1994. It's not. I thought it was Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
My fellow Americans, this message is extremely urgent because this message is about free tacos. Free Taco Bell tacos. This 4th of July weekend only at Taco Bell only. Buy 3 original hard or soft tacos and get the 4th free. Now that's a spectacular 4th. Crunchy original tacos and sumptuous soft tacos. Free. Buy 3 and get the 4th free. So visit as many participating Taco Bell locations as possible, for Tuesday won't be too late. Do it for your country.
Do it for
your country, baby.
Let's go do it for our country. Let's see if they'll still honor that, folks. Actually, this will be over by the time this comes out. That'll already be. But
I thought it was cool. There was a lot of weird commercials. Then I was like, you know what? Why don't they do that every year? Because what would it cost them? An extra taco? I remember that, right?
I think I remember that one.
I do too. That's why.
Anyway, life hack, folks. Life hack. I want to show this life hack since he brought up tacos. We're not just a reselling platform here. We are a life hack helping. We help you with so much. If you're eating a hard shell taco, put a soft shell taco shell below your hard shell taco. So that you eat it, what falls off falls on that, and you get a free taco.
There you go. That's a good plan.
Just telling you. Life hack.
Joel's just very messy. Yeah, that makes sense.
You asked
All
my
right,
wife.
everybody. Hopefully you had a great 4th. Hopefully the video works for this and I fixed the other one. That's all we got this week. Joel, you got anything else?
Don't take any wood, Nick. I'll wait. That's your line. You don't have any weird commercials where they're eating
I didn't do
themselves?
that this week. I was trying to keep it light in here. Yeah, you said you took my don't take.
Anyway.
I want to say don't kick a gypsy when you walk out of a place. He said don't kick a gypsy because she'll put a hex on you and then parts will start falling off.
Don't forget to go watch
go
Independence Day. Hope you. This is Rappaloosa, so go watch it now.
Have a good week.